Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Threezero MDLX STARSCREAM. And the reason I'm looking at this is I was pretty impressed with Optimus, I was very impressed with Megatron, and I thought I might as well add this one to the collection. Unfortunately, Bumblebee in this variety is no longer available, at least at Big Bad Toy Store, I don't know. This guy is though, there's a link in the description below if you want to get him. There's some stuff to really like about this guy, but there's a couple things that are kind of curious to me. But we're going to talk about all of it. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, before we look at the figure though, I do want to show you my package. I like their packaging style a whole lot. The window could be a little bit bigger, I think, but this looks very nice. So it's definitely displayable if you're an in-box collector. The side is not quite as good, if you ask me. This side's alright, I could definitely do that. And on this side it looks alright. They're very stylized photos that have been heavily edited, but they look pretty nice. It's definitely high quality packaging. Just maybe could use a bigger window, I think, for those of you who want to display it that way. Okay, package is out of the way. Let's get into the review. This guy stands just about, we'll call it about 7 inches. Well, he's got weird feet. He's got a little bit over 7 inches for his height, and that's going to be just about 18 centimeters, give or take. Here he's up against a Marvel Legends Darwin, so you can see he's got some size to him. Not a ton, though, and here he is up against Optimus and Megatron. The more figures they get in this line, the less good Optimus is looking, unfortunately, because they all seem to be having a whole lot more detail than Optimus. But size-wise, they're all pretty close to the same thing. Now, the thing that I thought was most curious about this guy is these both are metallic and have various finishes, whether it's metallic or glossy or whatever. This guy is almost exclusively, I don't even want to say matte, it's like a flat finish. There are a couple spots that are metallic, like the face and the pipes on his legs and things, but mostly he's just a flat finish. And it kind of takes away from the figure. Like, it looks good, sort of, but he's supposed to be a robot. And he's got a flat paint job everywhere. It's weird. These guys don't have it really anywhere. They're quite shiny. You look at them, we'll focus on them. Optimus is a little bit more glossy than shiny, but Megatron's very shiny. And they definitely have more of that robot vibe, whereas this guy doesn't have that at all, and it's kind of off-putting. Like, he looks good, he's got more detail packed into his design than the other ones. He's way more Gundam-y, he has a whole lot of panel lining and stuff like that. The other ones are a lot more simple. Like, if you look at Megatron, for instance, he has almost none of that. So I don't know what happened. Their design philosophy changed a little bit between these guys. Like, even Megatron's chest. We have a few of those little details like at the corners of panels and things, but this guy has them everywhere. There are lines and little notches and things everywhere, so he looks different in that regard. I don't mind that, of course, but then not having really any metallic on the front of him other than the canopy a little bit, his face, and that's it. I mean, I guess the guns, and then those pipes, like, there's almost none. It's all just flat paint. It's kind of weird looking. So, I don't know about that. You guys can let me know what you think about that. Do you like the flat or do you like the metallic? I wouldn't mind if it was flat if they were all that way, but he's the only one. So that's strange. But the details are still really clean. For the price point, these guys are still just chock full of paint and everything. They look phenomenal for the money. Very, very nicely done. Very clean paint job. Lots of details everywhere you look. Very, very good. And on the back, they don't skimp. It's very well detailed, very clean. I love it. I love it. It looks very, 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 very good. So aesthetically speaking, it's right up there with the other ones. It's excellent, but the flat paint job is weird. So I'll do 2 ratings. One, for the flat paint job being a problem, I'll say 8 out of 10. For the flat paint job not being a problem, 9 out of 10. Now, let's talk about the accessories. I'll start with these because they're right here and I want to pull them off. These are his guns. They go in his shoulders, and he can use them that way, of course, by moving his arm out, or he can hold them like regular guns. I think they call them null ray cannons, but yeah, they go into his shoulders if you want that. Then we'll talk about these. These are his little blades. I don't remember Starscream having blades traditionally. Maybe that's a thing that I don't remember. But they also connect to his wings. Well, the other one's connected to his arms. But these connected to his wings. I want to say it's like that. I think it's like that. You can go either way, but yeah, it's this way. So they just kind of sit there. They kind of slide in and sit there. I don't love that. I wish they were a little bit more purposeful, like actually connected on rather than just being loose. You saw one fall off earlier. But they do add a little bit to the wings that looks nice, and he can use them as daggers. So you get that. And then, for hands, you get a good variety of hands, everything you would need. And you get one alternate faceplate, which I think is pretty good. So you get the normal face and then kind of like the goofy face. Pretty good spread. I would say that's plenty. But not like nothing special on this guy, especially. He's kind of basic. So I'm going to say 7 out of 10 for the accessories. They're good enough, but that's about it. Now, as far as articulation goes, we'll start... Okay, I was going to say we'll start by pulling off the wings. I guess you could count the wings as an accessory. I would rather not, but the cool thing is... Well, I'll get to that at the end, I guess. I would count these as just his body part, but if you want, you could count them as an accessory. I'm just going to get them out of the way. So, for the head, we have some ball pegs in the neck and head. He can move his head around plenty. All you would need to get that done is there. Double ball pegs and ball pegs are the way to go for every neck, forever, always. For the shoulders, you get a butterfly joint that pulls out. It's not the most butterfly-y joint, but it does stick out. Then you get a big old ball peg in there that lets it move around very nicely. And we have a combination of die cast and palm joints in here. Or at least I assume it's palm. It would make sense that it's palm. But yeah, the joints move around very nicely. So that's a double ball peg actually that lets the shoulder work here and inside at the butterfly joint. So that's good. So you get to raise the arm up all the way. Very nicely done. The shoulder pad is separately articulated. What's binding? It's binding. Maybe it just doesn't go any farther. Yeah, I guess it depends on where this piece is. But yeah, it is a separate piece though, obviously. So that works. There you go. You can see a little bit more there. So yeah, that's very nice. He's got very, very good range in the shoulder. You get your bicep swivel right where you would expect it to be. So that's good. Elbow, double jointed, really nicely done. They did a really good job on this line with their joints. Very, very clean. And these are big, bulky robots, and you get really good range out of them. Ball peg for the wrist, that's fine. For the torso, oh, that is pointy. That is pointier than I thought it would be. These are pointy, be aware. All right, for the torso. His canopy tucks in on itself. That's a pretty cool design. That's cool. And then going back, does it go back? I don't think it goes back. I'm guessing that's because of the wings. Yeah, they probably didn't bother with it. So it doesn't go back any far at all, like actually 0, but it does tuck in nicely. And then going to the side, do we have any side? I thought we did. No, it doesn't seem to want to go side to side either. Maybe he can't. I thought he could. Alright, if he can, mine is really stuck. So it's just the one crunch. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but it's very well hidden. So that's kind of cool. Alright, and you do get your waist twist in there, so that's alright. All the skirt flaps move like skirt flaps on little ball pegs, so they'll get out of the way for the hips, which we're going to talk about now. The hips are on double ball pegs, just like the shoulders. And so you can kind of treat them like a drop down if you want, or you can tuck them all the way up in there, bring them forward, bring them back. You get all the range you could want, and it's a very nice joint. It's smooth but stiff. It's very good. That's what she said. And then you get your thigh swivel in there, which works nicely. Double jointed knee. A little cumbersome because he's got giant lower legs like Mega Man, but he has a good knee joint, good bend, and his feet are awkward. I think Optimus had those weird plates in his feet. This guy has just really weird feet, but the whole thing moves around. You have a flap here and a flap here to make room for it. So you're going to be able to move that around on the ball pegs that are in there. It's not the best range in the world, but it's there. And then the toe does also have some. So yeah, I think it'll be fine. I really hate the design of his feet though. They're so big and weird looking. Don't like it. But that's mostly just my subjective opinion. It is arguably objective that they're too big, but whatever. I get what they were going for. So yeah, his articulation for being a transformer is pretty darn good. He's got really, really good range, good clearance, and I like it. Okay, so the last thing to mention, well, I'll do a rating first. His articulation is going to get an 8 out of 10. The torso's too limited, but the rest is pretty darn good. Okay, so the last thing I'll mention is that you can swap his parts with Optimus parts to make it look like he's doing the disguise thing. So that's kind of cool. I guess I can just show you. since we're here, I forgot I had Optimus sitting right here. You can attach the wings to Optimus, and obviously you can just pop out the head and swap the head. I think that's all you need to swap Connect. There you go. Or if you just wanted to add the wings to Optimus for some reason, you could. That's actually a really cool look. But they did account for STARSCREAM doing the whole Optimus Prime thing. So that's a nice little bonus feature if you have both of them. But this guy's not metallic, so that sucks. Alright, time for the final verdict. I like this guy a lot. I had some reservations about the feet. I still think they're just too big and clunky and ugly, but it's not terrible. Like, when you have the wings on, he looks okay. And I am definitely bummed out about the metallic paint, but otherwise, he fits in just fine, and I am very, very pleased with him. These are very high-quality figures for the price point. Again, there's a link in the description below if you want to check them out. There's not too many things out there that you get this much for your money. So, I would check it out if I was you, if you think it looks good. But I do. I'm going to give it an overall rating of... if the flat paint is a problem for you, 8 out of 10. If it's not, 9 out of 10. These guys are excellent, I would almost say bargains. They're excellent values, excellent figures, and I think they look great on a shelf. So there it is, guys. That's it for me. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.